So I did this talk last night at Nerd and Learn at the working group, and I have to say, thanks to Matthew Potter, he saved my ass. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to do the presentation. You can check me out on my LinkedIn profile and find out everything I've ever done. And I wanted to talk to you guys about this widget that I worked on for fun. It's called the RFD Hot Deals widget, and as you can see here, it downloads deals from RFD and groups them by time. And anytime you click on the row, you open up the link on the Red Flag Deals forums that show you that deal. You can set it up so that it can download the feed every minute for the hardcore, or every 15 minutes, or every hour. You can do it manually. So the talk was about widgets and what are the advantages and disadvantages. One of the main advantages is you can't do this in iOS, and you can't do this outside the browser in HTML5. And the great thing about widgets is that they're always there on your home screen. You're frequently interacting with them, but the engagement is very short, but it's very often, which is great. But widgets also have a disadvantage. When you're developing widgets, it's not the same as developing as an Android application. The views that you have are very limited to what's called remote views, and if you're familiar with the proxy pattern, that's what you have to deal with. You're not dealing with the real deal. The other issue is fragmentation. Older phones will not have access to some of the newer features of Android widgets. For example, list views aren't available in Gingerbread as a widget, and a whole bunch of other methods that are available in higher APIs. In order to make an Android widget, you need at least three things. The first thing is you need to define the look of it. And as you see here, I have my XML defined how it's going to look. And on the right side, I just have a mock-up of the way I would like things to turn out. The second thing you need to have is the metadata. And the metadata XML will define how big and is it going to show up on the user's home screen, how often is it going to refresh, and where is it reference the view that you just saw in the previous shot. And the final thing that you need to have is to extend from app widget provider, which extends from broadcast receiver, in which you respond to signals from the operating system when things are happening. And if you want to update the widget, there's an update method right there, and you can update the UI. But to make things interesting, you need to know a few other things. What's helpful is pending intents, which queue up intents so they can be triggered upon user interaction or user invocation. The other thing I ended up using is in this widget as a list view. So as you see here, that is part of the widget where I display all this a collection of deals. And in order to get the data, I have a long-running service that will acquire a wake lock and download the feed, the RSS feed, and parse the items. And once those items are parsed, then I end up storing them into a local SQLite database, in which case it'd be helpful to do some local database work. And this is stuff that's kind of outside of widgets, but using this, it makes for an interesting widget. If you want to learn more about how to make an Android widget, just Google app widgets and you'll probably be led to this page right here, and it describes everything I did in great detail. And if you want to know more about whatever I've been researching with Android, anything Android related, I blog here at knowledge.lapasa.net, and you can check me out on Twitter at mlapasa. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to me, and thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.